Hello, and welcome to Shady Talk Wednesday. I am your lovely host, Miss Shade. How is everybody doing out there today? I'm excited. I feel like we got some sun down. The cold has kind of left us, and now we getting some heat that we've been looking forward to. But I don't really think I'm looking for so much heat like I thought I was now that it's here, but I am going to appreciate the heat. But how everybody doing? Thank you all for tuning in with me today on Shady Talk Wednesday. Today's episode is one I've been looking forward to. Our guest is a skin cancer survivor, a recent college graduate, and a rising musician whose journey is nothing short or extraordinary. He's someone who faced fear, uncertainty, and pain, but came out on the other side with a degree in his hand and a passion for music stronger than ever. So today, I would love to welcome Mr. Ron Faison.
Thank you. You got that from ChatGPT? Like,
Ah!
where you get that from?
A secret. A
Yep.
secret. Well, I am honored to have you here, Ron.
I'm happy to be here.
I am happy that you are happy to be here because I finally get to meet you in person. I was like, wow, I feel like you're a celebrity.
No,
No?
no way.
I feel like you special. I love coming across people that I feel is special.
I'll take that.
Okay, I feel like you are special.
Yeah, I'll take that.
And
I'm
I-
sure you're special too.
I'm sure. Thank you. I'll
Yeah.
take that. So how you doing today, Ron?
I'm good. Just like you said in your intro, I'm glad we finally getting some sun. Cause it's back and forth with the cold. It's been getting on my nerves, but yeah, I'm happy.
Are you a sunny boy? Are you winter, spring, fall?
I was
What's
born
your
in
season?
June. I was
Okay.
born June 25th.
Okay.
And I'm sure we'll get into this at some point, but over the last couple of years with the cancer, the sun is a natural medicine, and I'm advised to be in the sun.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. What was life before the skin cancer? What has changed? What was
Okay.
life before?
A lot, a lot.
Like,
has
what was
changed.
you focused on? What were you dreaming about before you even came into finding out that you was diagnosed with skin cancer? What was your life like before?
Those are great questions. So, life before cancer was, and I'm gonna explain one thing. So, if you look up the type of cancer, is mycosis fungoides, but some people will say skin cancer, and
Okay.
some people will say blood cancer.
Okay.
So, my doctor says blood cancer, my oncologist, but then I have friends that are also or have been in the fight of it, and their doctors will say skin cancer. It's because it's so rare,
Okay.
and it affects our skin that they're just a little unsure
Okay.
about the whole thing.
What to
but,
name it? What to really?
but it's all
Yeah.
good.
Uh-huh.
We both know what we're talking about.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay.
So life before cancer, I was focused on raising my daughter. I was focused on music, and I was focused on doing concerts and producing events before. After, I think my focus changed drastically towards legacy work, and what will I leave behind. I think it happened because I was so close to death that I remember being in the space of like, dag, if I go today, what's left? Like, how they gonna remember me? Will they forget me? What am I leaving here? So that's another reason why I don't mind like doing podcasts and stuff, because that allows a person to get my real perspective.
Right.
Whether I'm here or not, they can hear how I felt and what I was thinking in that moment. So my focus has changed to legacy work, and while I still focus on music, and while I still raise my daughter, and while I still produce events and work in the concert space, I just think about it from a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Like, so the focus before was more money driven. It was
Okay.
like, yo, I'm gonna get to the bag. What I'm gonna do to get the money. But some of those things are kind of like, you get money today, and then we forget about that, whatever that thing is. We forget
Right.
about it by
Yeah.
forget about it in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's like, all right, what's gonna leave a lasting impression? Like, what's gonna be true to me though? Like, what's gonna be my legacy when I leave? So that's my focus 1,000,000%.
And I think I was reading, were you diagnosed in 2019?
Yes.
And I was wondering because I'm like, because I'm actually just meeting you in person today. I feel like I know you already because when you were going through the situation, I seen it going on Facebook so much. I seen people praying, and I kept seeing posts about this Ron Faison, and Ron Faison, and I'm like, wow, who is this guy? I mean, the prayers, the people, the reposts. I even was up there and I didn't even know you, and I'm just like with the prayer hands, and because it was just so touching to see like how many people was like advocating for you. They was like, rooting for you to get better and to feel better. And then I came across some of your photos. So I was wondering, when you did get diagnosed with this, what were you feeling? Was it how did you realize something was actually going on?
So I started to see dark marks on my skin in 2015.
Okay.
And I went to dermatologist after dermatologist after dermatologist. They told me, you have eczema, you have psoriasis, you have a severe form of eczema. They diagnosed me with everything except for cancer. I went to a specialist in the beginning of 2019. And when I went to the specialist, I remember like the head of the department came in, and he was like, it could be lupus, it could be cancer, I don't know. Doctors, they just they just give it to you. Yeah, it could be. And the way my faith is set up, I'm sitting there like, man, whatever. Right? And I went in because I had like this dry patch of skin on my neck. It was the winter time, and I was wearing turtlenecks because it was ugly. Like, it was an ugly
So you
patch of
wanted to
skin.
cover it.
I'm like, dang, man. But what was crazy was when I went for that appointment, that doctor gave me a steroid, like an ointment and an antibiotic, and the thing started to dry up. So I'm like, oh, they finally found it. So when I went into the doctor, my dad and I, the doctor was in Manhattan and at Mount Sinai, and his doctors were also at Mount Sinai. Matter of fact, that's why I went to that doctor, because I was like, oh, they got good doctors over there. So what we would do is, when I drive him to his appointments, I would circle the block so we would have to pay for parking, because parking would be like $70, $80, right? So he was circling the block, and I confidently went upstairs thinking I could just get some more antibiotics and some more ointment and I'll be fine, right? And that lady sat me down and was like, yeah, I want to read to you your diagnosis. And I didn't have anyone with me because, again, I went in there confidently believing that they figured it out.
Yeah.
Man, that lady was reading all of these things. It was just mad big words. And then she got to like lymphoma. I'm like, that sounds familiar. You know what I'm saying? And she was saying some words that kind of sounded familiar, but I'm like, And then she dropped a big C on me. She like, cancer. And kept reading though. So I'm like, excuse me, wait, hold on, excuse me. She's like, yeah, I hate to tell you, but you have cancer. I'm like, nah. After that, I didn't hear nothing. It was like, wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, what actually went through your mind
I
when
probably
you
just
actually
blacked out. I didn't hear anything.
Now, do you have any family members who had cancer or any kind of?
I've had family members with cancer, and have I've had family members that had an experience with cancer, but none like this. I actually didn't know anyone with this type of cancer until I had it.
Okay.
Once I found out what it was, I got the proper diagnosis. So all the doctors I went to before, all the dermatologists, nobody gave me a biopsy. There was
Okay.
no biopsy done, right? But again, they just figured it was something like, some regular skin stuff. No biopsy done, and I ended up when I finally got my diagnosis. It's crazy. My best friend Nadia, she knew of a guy online, and his skin looked like mine, and he was in Houston, but from New Orleans. He's a good friend of mine now.
Uh-huh.
But she was like, "Yo, you might have whatever this guy has." I'm like, "Huh? Nah." And then I reached out to him, and that's when I started to figure out and find out other people with it, but I never heard of it before. My family, nah, we've had little cancer stuff here and there, but nah, nothing like this.
So at that moment when you heard that it was cancer, what was your thought? Like, did you go into, oh my gosh, because this is something new to you. You never really heard anyone with this type of cancer, and just realizing how they never even diagnosed you, early on. Did you start to feel like, oh my gosh, is it further than it really could be? Is this it for me? Because I'm sure that people who has experienced certain things that they feel like life is about to end, or they don't know which way it go, so what did that moment feel like? Were you scared? Were you worried? How did you feel? Because I know you have a great relationship with Christ too.
Yeah.
So
So,
how did your children feel, or is it one child, just
just
one daughter? How
one
did your
daughter.
daughter feel? Your dad, when you broke the news to them?
My So I went back to the car, and my dad was in the car. We used to go to the doctor and then go eat Jimbo's every time we eat in Harlem. And I was like, "Yo, the lady said I got cancer." He was like, "What? No way." He was like, "We'll get a second opinion." I was like, "Yo, take me home." He was like, "No, we going to Jimbo's like we always do, and like let's figure this out. Like, calm down." So I had a really, really solid and great support system, and also my support system's faith helped a lot too.
Okay.
So we didn't go into this whole panic,
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, this is it," because I really believe that part of your fight and part of your journey, a huge part of it is
In your
mentally
mind.
how you think about it. So when I did get to those scary moments and I got to those times, if they were scared, they didn't show it. Like I didn't know. So it helped me stay
Yeah,
focused
yeah.
and stay grounded.
Yeah.
Indeed had scary moments
Right.
immediately.
Right.
Immediately, I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Cancer? Oh no!" But my sister jumped. I call her the family manager. She jumped right into work mode. That's what she does. She doesn't like it all the time, but that's what like she's good at. She
Yeah.
jumps in. She jumped into it. She found me a specialist that was in Hackensack. That was actually the cancer center was up the block from where I live at the time, and made me an appointment, and that's where the journey started.
Okay, so now that we're on this journey, we hear about what we have. We are not trying to face it completely, but we know we have to face it. So now that we're facing that, and now our body is changing. We're starting to see it more. Now we starting to feel like we have to be hospitalized and things like that. Tell me a little bit about those moments.
So over the course of 2019, besides being in the hospital from November 2019 to February 2020, I was in the hospital probably 40% of the year. 2 weeks here, a week there. no time, then 3 weeks. Like I was in and out of the hospital the whole time. And to your point, so many things started to change drastically, like quickly. I had radiation in 2019. I didn't get to chemo until the end. Like when I was in the hospital for the couple of months, that's when they decided like, oh, now we got to do chemo. But I really feel like the whole 2019 was trial and error. And it was weird because 2019, before the world was wearing masks and everything, they was like, put a mask on.
Oh, really?
I was wearing masks all 2019.
Because I was going to ask you that too, because the pandemic hit, I think, 2020. Was that like another fear? Because it's like, now it's like you have what you have going on. You hear COVID is here. Now people are going to want to visit you. You can't, your immune system, I'm sure, wasn't supposed to really have people around you because what you're facing. Now, did you feel like you were in fear alone? Were you still able to have visitors? You were still in your right mind to kind of understand what was everything that was going on day by day?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So when I went in November 2019, I was still okay. We didn't hear anything about COVID yet. But in the hospital, the only thing I could, like, I don't got a lot of channels, so I watch the news a lot. So when they were saying COVID was overseas and everything, I would ask my nurses, like, yo, you think that's coming over here? And they're like, nah, that's over there. The first COVID person that was in our area was in my hospital in Hackensack.
Wow.
Yep. It was like on the news. It's on the news and everything, and I'm in my room like, I thought this wasn't coming over here.
Yeah.
Right?
So did that turn the fear level up now?
It did. But the thing was this. One day in the hospital, I had 40 visitors. 40. No exaggeration, no nothing. From about 6 o'clock in the morning to the end of the night. The doctor told my sister, the family manager, he can't rest. He can't get better. Visits are over. So my visits were shut down before COVID hit. There was a select few, there was a handful of people that could visit. And I mean, besides not being able to rest, my visitors also had to put the hazmat suits on and all that stuff. I'm going to tell you why. My skin was open. I was treated like a burn victim. So with my skin being open, I was prone to disease and infection and everything. So like they were very serious about that. So I experienced what that was before COVID hit. And by the time COVID actually hit and they declared like a state of emergency, I was home. I came home February 13th, and I feel like the world shut down maybe March 14th or 15th.
Now, when you discover and you're in a hospital, did the disease do your whole body or just the top of your body? Was it everywhere?
95% of my body.
Okay, 95. Now, did you lose anything, like any sight, walking?
Yeah, I definitely lost my I lost my ability to walk from being in the bed for so long, and then from being heavily medicated, all the things. There's a lot with the journey that I can't post. I don't really talk about, but yeah, I've been through ICU. I've coded a few times. I've done. I've been in the coma. I dealt with all types of stuff for that for the duration.
Growing up, I knew nothing about cancer. I heard anything about cancer. I actually lost a great friend to cancer and to breast cancer. And when I look at it, it's just like from our childhood. Her name was Chanel Howard. From our childhood, it was
Chanel.
like we had so many great memories, and it's like we never even talked or about anything about like just anything with the word cancer because we never heard of it. So it's like when I found out she had it, and just how it went for her, it was a shock to me, because she's actually like somebody who I really seen go through, you know, the whole cancer situation. And it's like now we're hearing that more and more in the younger generation, the older generation, just out of nowhere, just some kind of cancer. But to me, I feel like your battle, not that it was bigger than others, but I feel like, because I think everybody battle is big, but it
I
depends
agree.
on how you take it in terms. But to see you here today and to hear how you talk about your story, even though I know it's more to it, but because I know a lot of people have seen you on social media, seen some of the things that you've been through, what would you tell people to encourage them today that's going through any kind of sickness, that they just, feel like they may be losing their mind or losing hope, or, because I feel like it was double traumatic to you, because you also had to fight it during COVID.
Yeah.
The world who weren't sick was afraid of what the word COVID, and just experienced people who caught COVID and passed away from COVID. So we're talking about you, who just knew nothing about having nothing, just thought it was probably a regular rash, going through years, hearing that it's just a little bit of this, it's just a little bit of that, and then being diagnosed with cancer right before the pandemic. So now it's like another kind of trial that's on your back. So what would you say to people to encourage them that's facing any kind of sickness?
I would tell a person to stay in the fight as much as you can, because days get tough, right? So when days get tough, you have to take a breather. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're entitled to that. Take the breather that you need and take the time to reset, but get right back in the fight. Like, get back in it, stay positive, educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're blessed to have a support system, because not everybody does,
Right.
The support system is very important. They should be educated and keep all negativity away from you. Like, you having a fight with cancer, you don't have a time to fight about
Other stuff.
anything.
Other
A
people.
parking space,
Yeah. Not a parking
a
space.
job, like whatever that is, like, keep all negativity away from you.
And I love the fact how you talked about it's in the mind. You got to keep your mind.
That's what this is. So
Yeah.
staying positive and keeping your mind intact is so important, because any day you can go into a doctor's office and a doctor will tell you, it doesn't look good, Ron.
Yeah.
Straight like that. Like, no chaser, no nothing.
And do you feel like, with you not being stressed and overwhelmed mentally, because I know it still cross your mind, but because you fight through those days to see where you at today, do you believe that helps you as well stay healthier?
1,000%.
Okay.
1,000%.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone isn't blessed to have a support system like I had, and even strangers online, like,
Right.
to be able to look and see encouragement from random people and
Right.
from random sources,
Right.
it means a lot. And some days when I was having a tough day, or I might be at chemo or something, and I'm like, yo, let me post something. And in my mind, like, the picture may look like I'm going through the routine, but in my mind, I'm like, man, I hate this. I hate it. I post something, and yo, I'm praying for
People
you.
encourage you.
Yo, hey, yo, you need anything? My phone start. Yo, let me send you this.
Yeah.
Even stuff I don't need, or even things I turn down. It's just great to know that someone's thinking about you and someone's encouraging you and someone's really genuinely praying for you, even when they don't know you.
Nice. Now, because we got through the fight,
Okay.
we gonna talk about the college. Somebody went to college. Can we get a round of applause for Ron?
Yeah.
You know what? I was excited to read that recently. So tell me about that. Are you excited about that? I know you are.
I am. So again, college came because I was inspired to go to college. The thing was is that after a fight with chemo or a fight with cancer, you you know your mind is just like anything else. If you don't use it, or if you put wear and tear on it, you start to deteriorate a little bit. You start to move slower. You start to think slower. All the things. I'm stuck in the house. I can't get outside and be visually inspired. All those things. I went to see some of my friends in a play on Broadway. It was the Michael Jackson play.
Okay.
And one of my friends, Shelton Gray, was the bass player at the time. And I talked to him after the show. I'm like, yo, what you been up to? Cause I didn't see him in a while. I was in the house. He was like, yo, I just got my master's from Full Sail. And I'm like, word? This is all while preparing for Broadway, touring with artists, doing all these huge things. And I was like, oh, wow,
I could do it.
I can. And not only can I need to do something. I need to challenge myself,
Okay.
and I need to make myself focus and work on something. I was a guy that was like, nah, I'm never going to college. I started doing music early. Like I was on tour with Kid Capri at 15 years old.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, nah, I'm never college for what? Like I'm working already. I'm doing the things that people want to do. And I knew that if I went to school, I would have wasted a bunch of money. I would have wasted a bunch of my parents' money. So I was like, nah, I'm never going. But I'll be on campus. I'm gonna be on campus. You know what I'm saying? Like my sister went to Howard, so I was at Howard. I was at Howard so much that people thought I was enrolled at Howard. I never enrolled in Howard. So when school came up, always it was like, I'm never doing it. This time, school made me have a reason to read every single day. It helped me had a reason to be accountable for reading. It's not like if you don't do it, you just don't do it.
Right.
Nah, there's a grade behind if you don't do it. Like if you don't do your part. The thing about online school is like they not gonna press you. This is what it is. You could do it or you don't have to.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it, so what?
Yeah.
There's no attendance
Right.
thing where it's like, all right, we're gonna mark you absent.
Right.
Like there's no accountability.
So you
there.
really got to be focused.
You gotta do it yourself.
You really got to be focused.
You
And I
have to
love,
do it.
I love that you were focused, and I loved how you challenged yourself.
Yeah.
Because it also shows too that you in it for a long time. You
Yeah.
in it for the run. You feel like if you beat something so traumatic that you've been through, like why not go ahead and this is really light to you. Not light, but I like how it encouraged you to go back and
Yeah, so it's like full speed ahead on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, people hate when I talk this way, but the reality is you really don't know how much time you have left. You don't. And I know people that have done less things with more time. I know guys that are sitting in cells
right.
that don't have the opportunity to pursue their dreams or whatever the case may be over a silly mistake
Right.
or whatever they were doing. I know people that are not in cells that ain't really doing nothing. I was like, yo, I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna get my mind back in motion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There was a very long time where I couldn't do anything because it was hard to forecast, because if I have chemo, I don't know how I'm going to feel. If I have chemo on Monday, I don't know how I'm going to feel on Thursday. I can't plan for Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So it was like once I got past chemo, once they was finally like, all right.
You was on Zoom.
They was like, okay, we'll see you in 3 months. I was like, 3 months? Then it was another 3 months. I was like, 3 months again. Like no chemo. Bet. What's next? Now I can start to plan ahead. Now I can start to think ahead. And I wanted to challenge myself, and that's more than anything. School was getting my mind back to moving and working, and you know what I'm saying.
Now, what did you actually go to college for?
I went to college for music business.
Okay.
Yeah. So though I worked in music for a long time, music business gave me perspectives and things that I didn't think about ever.
And
Like I've been winging it all the time.
Oh, really?
And music business gave me, college gave me a focus on how to do things and how to
Critique it, things like that.
yeah, like I look at things in the way I do them, and I say, all right, let me do it differently. Let me fix this. Let me tweak here. Let me do this there. So.
And one day I had visited your the church that you go to,
St. Luke.
St. Luke. And that was another inspiration to see you up there playing. And I mean, you were like in it, and I'm sitting there, and all I'm saying is, "That's the guy Ron. That's the guy Ron. That's the guy Ron who, been through what he been through. Look at him." I mean, like you was like in it. I mean, I just felt like when I seen that, it was just like. It was just so heart touching, because to see where you came from and just to see you in that moment, and I was like, oh, he's serious though. Like, you look serious though. So I was just excited to see it, because like I said, I was somebody who sent up prayer hands for you, even though I didn't know you, but just to watch your story and to see you. Now, what made you know? So how long have you been like a musician? How long you been playing music? Did you start it? I know you said you was with Kid Capri, so that means you started believing in music a long time ago.
Yeah.
How did that start? You do look like a music kid.
I started, I started playing in church probably at like 8 years old, 8 or 9.
Oh wow!
Like playing with the youth choir. And then by like probably 12, 13, I was like playing for services like with another musician. And then, probably like 13, 14, I started to like take the whole music ministry at church around that time. And then Kid Capri lived on my block in Inglewood. So I knew Kid for a couple of years, and he was just the cool guy up the block. You know what I'm saying? Like we would see his tour bus come up the block, and he would see us riding dirt bikes up and down the block and just doing kid stuff. And he was just cool. He'd come walk the dog up the block, come sit with us for a little while, and then, go back to whatever he was doing. And one day I asked him if I wanted to be a producer, how would I get started? At the time, I didn't even know he did that side of music. I just know he was a famous DJ, like a celebrity DJ. That around that time, like that Comedy Jam was popping. Like he was on TV all the time. So it was like, I just noticed the guy from TV. I found out then that he was a producer himself, and he like was like, "Yo, what do you mean? You want to be a producer?" I'm like, "Yeah." So
now, how old were you then?
I was probably 14.
Okay,
then.
14. Talking about being a producer?
Yeah, I was probably like 14 then. So he was like, yo, come by my house. And I came by, and there was like a basement full of guys. Like, there's always a bunch of guys around. And he put a record on and was like, could you play that if you know what I'm saying? Like if I sit you with this keyboard, and I like picked the record apart and everything. He was like, and I remember there was like this little mirror. It was a mirror. The keyboard was facing a bunch of other equipment, but there was a mirror right there. And I remember like picking a song apart and seeing them in the background, like, oh,
souped up.
Yeah. And he invited me on the road that weekend. He invited me on the road. I was so young that he had to have like a talk with my parents.
So now, do you just play music for church ministry, or it's all you do all genres?
I've played with different artists.
Okay.
So My IG won't tell you a lot of things.
Okay.
My IG will tell you some of the things that I want people to know, but
Uh-huh.
I've been actively playing for artists for since I was probably like 18,
Oh
19, I want to
wow.
say. Yeah.
Wow.
Um and yeah, just the natural ability to pick apart music and kind of recreate what was on the records
Mm-hmm.
was my way into a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Wow. So already God didn't play about you since you were
Nah,
younger. See
never
that?
did. Never did.
God didn't play about you since you were younger, and just to hear some of the the hands you've been in and the people you've been around and the experience that you had, you've taken. So what do your journey look like now? Now that you graduated?
My journey right now is I would like to be so right now I work in the space of live touring
Okay.
and live concerts, and I work on the production side. So I'm either a stage manager or a production manager or something involving the show.
Mm-hmm.
Production coordinator, like whatever it is, I just like to be active in that space. But I would like to be a music supervisor. And a music supervisor is a person that picks music for any type of media. So whether it's a movie, a commercial, or even your content that's on, the content that's monetized on social media, that like somebody has to go through that stuff and like pick that stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're going to use certain music, they have to be the person to reach out, find out who owns it, reach out to those people and get the proper licensing to be able to use it and everything. So I want to move into that space.
Okay. So you want to get off the keyboards and stuff
No,
now?
I'm never
Oh, you're
getting off
never
the
gonna let
keyboard.
that go.
No,
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever be able to get off the keyboard and be happy.
Okay.
Like it's such a part of me that it's just going to be difficult to totally leave being
Now,
a musician alone.
are you the only musician in your family?
No,
No?
no. In my immediate family, yes. My mother sings.
Okay.
My mother sings. I grew up with my mother singing, and I grew up with her like directing the choirs. So I that's her. But I have uncles that play guitars and keys, and cousins that play everything. So it's in the family for sure.
Okay. So it's in the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. So we got a chance today, guys, to hear live in person in studio with Mr. Ron Faison. I am so thankful and grateful that you were able to come and share this platform with me, Ron. I felt like I wanted you to come here because your story was so inspirational to me. Like I said, I seen you on social media. I felt like I knew you when I see you in the church. I seen you on the organ. I was like, "Oh, that's that guy," because I'm telling you, even though your situation went viral because of what was going on, I think you just felt special to the world, with just
Wow.
everybody just praying for you and just seeing what you've been through, and then to see the outcome of you. It just proves to us over and over that God is so amazing. And I'm so happy that you was here to share your story from your mouth, and people get to see you before and get to see you now, and to still see you in this space where you want so much more, how you still challenging yourself, how you told us how it's all in the mind, and even though you've been through a battle and a fight, like how you fought through it to just be able to just be here right now, sitting here just talking to us, and just I know feeling good about everything. Even when I seen you the other day, and that you posted about you graduated from college, I'm like, you know what? Now I got something else to talk to him about on the podcast. So I'm like, you know what? He is that guy. He is that dude. He is that gift from God. He is just, I'm telling you, I don't think you know how much you reach people and how people are so inspired by you, because we see so many things on social media, so many things on TV, and sometimes it's like, not saying that people don't have family members to go that's going through it, but to be able to touch you and see the actual person who had a story like yours, and to be talking to you and to see you just sitting here, it's very inspirational to me. So I just want to thank you so much for coming on my podcast today. I'm glad we met in person, and I thought you was from Patterson.
It's okay.
Because the way I seen your story going around, when
Yeah.
I seen a lot of people from Patterson, I was like,
I
oh,
have
he's from...
lots of friends in Patterson.
Okay.
A lot of friends
Okay.
in Patterson.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for having me.
And your daughter, she's from where?
My daughter is she was born in St. Barnabas.
Okay.
She went to Hackensack High School.
Okay.
Both
Okay.
of her parents are from Inglewood.
Okay. So it's an Inglewood thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but we family now. We family now. We family
yeah,
now.
for sure.
So
She's graduating from Clark Atlanta University.
Okay,
on
can we
May
get a round of
18th.
applause for that?
She's graduating May 18th.
Can we get a round of applause for that, engineer? Shout out to my engineer. He's here today. This is his first time taping me, so he's good at what he do. Thank you, Chris. Congratulations to your daughter. Big shout out to her as well.
Thank you.
Maybe one day I could sit and chat with her too if she want to come on the podcast.
She would probably love that.
Oh,
Anaya
okay.
is one of a kind for sure.
Oh, okay. So I gotta chop it up with her. Let her come up here, shout her out with what she's doing. I'm sure she'll have some great inspiration stories about her daddy that she want to talk about.
It would probably be great to hear from her perspective.
Right.
What
Right.
she
I would
thinks.
love to hear from her perspective because sometimes, we as the person, we're going through it, but people who close to us sometimes, they have a different...
They go through it too.
Yeah, they go through it too. They deal with it differently. They see it differently. And sometimes they don't even let you know how they, dealt with things.
That's why I said it'd be great to hear her perspective. Maybe she'll tell y'all stuff that she wouldn't tell me or let me see.
Well, tell her I would love to have her up here to, because she can also be encouraging too to the younger generation who's facing some of these trials with their parents and just knowing how to deal with it and knowing how to inspire them, to tell them how to keep the faith and how she had to, stay strong, smile, and sometimes she had her breakdowns, but I'm quite sure. Look, she's now graduated, so y'all doing it. Y'all doing it. God don't play about neither one of y'all. So tell baby girl, I need you up here next so we could hear from you too. And I know sometimes how you wanted to probably knock them out. Still.
Still.
Well, thank you so much, Ron, once again for joining me on Shady Talk Wednesday podcast. Of course, my girlfriend Kima, we talked about it. She was like, babe, I think Ron Faison would be somebody great to come on your podcast, his story, and I was like, can you really get him? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna, because I'm telling you, I'm like, can you really get him? She's like, yeah, I'm going to reach out to him. And when she told me, she was like, Ron said I said, he did? He said he'll come share the platform with me. So thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate you coming here and sharing your story with me.
Thanks for having me. And Kima, thanks for making it happen.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, do remember Tawana's 4th annual Oldies But Goodies comedy show, May 9th. Get your ticket. It's going down. Can't wait to see y'all.
Wait. You're not just going to breeze past that? Where's that at?
Oh, it's going to be in Clifton at Mountainside.
Clifton at Mountainside, May 9th.
Yes, I do comedy.
Which day of the week? That's
That's a Saturday. It's going to be in the daytime.
A Saturday on May 9th?
Yes.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, send me the flyers and the links and everything. We're going to post it and I'll be there.
All right, I appreciate that. All right. Thank you all again. Good night. You said, wait a minute.